Hello, today's lesson on the flute is going to be about the upper register, some of our higher notes. So this is aimed at pupils about grade 1 and above, or perhaps a pupil that's been learning for about a year and working towards their grade 1. So I've just touched on it. So probably in about towards the end of the first year of playing, and perhaps looking to go on to grade 1 and above as well. So grade 1 requirements are that you go up to about a top G, or what we call a middle G, which is this. Grade 2, we need to go a little bit further. We need to add A, B, C and our top D as well. So this lesson, I am going to go right up to the top D, and that's as far as I'm going to go. So it's aimed really at about grades 1 to 2 standard. So here goes. Octave leaps are really, really important in this. It's a great warm-up. So I am going to start off with a low E. Okay, so our low E, which you will all know. So, and then I'm going to take a breath and go up to the middle E, the one above it. Now, fortunately, it's exactly the same fingering, which is fab. Okay, so exactly the same fingering, but you do need to do something to make that high note come out as an E. And there's two things that are really important with the high notes. To make it a high E, or F, or G, whatever note we're doing, you will need to push your bottom lip here, really hard against this bit here. So there's lots of pressure there. And you need to blow harder as well. The higher notes require a lot more breath. So those two things, that bottom lip forwards more into the lip plate and a lot more breath, will actually get the higher notes for you. The moment you forget to do one of those, that high note would drop back down into the low note. So I'm just going to do that low E to low E to high E. And I'm going to do F. And then G. And then A. And then B. And C. And a D. Now, whilst I've just done D, I'm going to show you D is a little bit different to our other notes. It does not have the same fingering as our other notes did. So our low E to high E shared the same fingers. We just blew harder, put our bottom lip forwards. The same for F. Low F and high F share the same fingerings. Low G and high G share the same fingerings, and so on and so on. When you come to D, we have to do a slightly different fingering. So our middle D, we're going to call this our middle D. That's one that we would start on. We all know that one. Okay, it might be called upper D. Okay, so first finger off, second finger and third finger down, our bottom 3 fingers down, and little finger off. That's really important for that D. Now when we go to the high D, we're going to keep our top hand, that's our left hand, going to keep our top hand the same. Our bottom hand is going to change though. What we're going to do, we're actually going to put our little finger on and take off our bottom 3 fingers. So our top D is just our second and third finger and our thumb. That's it. go back to the other D, we're simply going to take our little finger off and put on our bottom 3 fingers. To go up to the high D, we are going to add our little finger and take off our bottom 3. So all the action, all the movement is coming from that bottom hand. The top hand stays exactly the same. Now, if you want to make this exercise more challenging, so if you are about grade 2 standard, or you've done your grade 1, or you're quite happy up to note top G, and you want to challenge yourself a little bit further, then the challenge would be this, is to slur these notes. So at the moment, I have taken the breath between the low and the high, but now I'm going to slur. So I slur low to high, take a breath, do low to high again, yeah? Now, by slurring, it challenges your lip more. You have to get your lip in the right position, otherwise it will not work. And you may have noticed on my B there, the top note didn't come out very clearly, and that means my lip wasn't quite in the right position. Now, the reason why it's harder when we slur is because we're not tonguing it. So we're not giving our lip a chance to get in the right position. When we're not tonguing, when we can't get our lip in the right position as well. So what happens when we slur, we have to think extra hard to get our lip in the right position, to get the higher note. And of course we have to breathe. And because we're not tonguing, we can't take a breath. So because we're slurring it, we're in the same breath. So it requires greater breath control. And you may have seen one of my other videos earlier about breath control, and that's where it really comes in. Okay, so practice that. That's called octave leaps, is what I call them, octave leaps. And it's a really, really good exercise to do for learning the top notes and being confident. Use it as a warm-up as well. Happy practicing.